Leader of the third party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Along the route of the Prince Rupert Gas Transmission line that incidentally doesn't go to Prince Rupert and doesn't yet have an approved terminus, there are compressor stations that will roar as loud as jet engines to push methane from fracking sites in the northeast to Ksi Lisims in the northwest. The significant health impacts of living next to one of these compressor stations is a risk, yet the 11-year-old environmental assessment for PRGT refused to consider those impacts. The proponent said there weren't enough, quote, human receptors in the Kispiox Valley to justify a health impact study. Mr. Speaker, these human receptors, if it's not obvious, are people. They're people living their lives in Hazleton, Kitimat and Squamish, and they don't deserve to be sacrificed for the benefit of, as one Gitanyow elder told me, people who have never felt the land breathe. My question is for the Minister of Environment and Parks. There are, by my count, about 95 human receptors on the floor of this chamber. If a company was flaring methane in the harbour outside our window, would we be considered significant enough for a health impact study?
Minister of Energy and Climate Solutions.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The member will know that the PRGT pipeline proposal went through the environmental assessment process. In the last year, it has acknowledged that the proposal and the project has received a substantial start and is going forward. He will know the extensive work by the Environmental Assessment Office in addressing just those issues, and that every environmental assessment certificate in BC comes with conditions, Honourable Speaker. With respect to the PRGT proposal, which of course is led by the Nisga'a First Nation, that project has received environmental assessment approvals. It will be required to meet all the conditions of those approvals, and the project is continuing now. So I think that when we have extensive process in our province for approvals of projects that involve significant studies and work, decisions are made, and in this case were made to allow the project to proceed. But that doesn't mean the project can proceed inconsistent with the conditions applied, and I'm sure that will be the case in the case of the PRGT pipeline proposal.
Member supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would submit that if we're sacrificing human receptors, what good is a strong economy if there aren't any human receptors alive to enjoy it? Residents of Kitimat and soon Squamish and the Nass Valley are regularly exposed to methane gas export byproducts like airborne benzene, formaldehyde, and other chemicals linked to asthma, heart disease, birth defects, and Alzheimer's. Meanwhile, in Dawson Creek, residential water wells have run dry. Water is scarce thanks to a historic drought caused by climate change, but the limited available water is being sucked up by fracking companies who buy it at a huge discount. Now Dawson Creek is proposing another pipeline, not for fossil fuels, but for water. My question is for the Minister of Water, Land and Resource Stewardship. Will the government make the fracking companies pay for the water pipeline or pay full freight for the water they use? Or will they make Dawson Creek's human receptors foot the bill?
Minister of Energy.
Well, with great respect to the important issues raised by the member, he will know that in 2018 the government did an extensive review of hydraulic fracturing. Significant recommendations were made, and those recommendations have applied. He will know, refers to methane emissions, that British Columbia is leading Canada, leading North America in reducing those emissions, a 51% reduction since 2015, which reflects the policies, the Clean BC policies of the government, and the really exceptional work done in that case by industry to see that that's put in place, such that we have made real progress on those questions. All of these issues are the application of laws are dealt with and we insist are followed all the time. And that will continue to happen as we both see the opportunities in natural gas in BC and also reduce emissions. These are issues that are also subject to a review done of Clean BC programs that will be released soon, that's done under the auspices of the member's party and our own, to ensure that we're continuing to address these issues.